What's going on, everybody? As always, thank you for tuning in. I want to talk to you about why you need to master the art of selling, the art of closing, the art of persuasion. And I want to give you one reason, just one simple reason that should be enough of a motivation for you to really take sales and persuasion and closing deals and negotiations and this entire art, this beautiful art of communication seriously, and it should be enough motivation for you to want to learn that and pursue that further. So I want to wrap it up in one reason for you that's simple enough to understand, but also very in depth when you dig deeper and when you actually analyze it. So all that said, I'm excited to get into this one with you. But before we do that, as always, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to comment your thoughts below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And all that said, let's get right into it. So first things first, I just want to explain to you that sales, selling, negotiating, persuading, closing deals, it's really an art. It's not a science, or it's not math. It's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's not as simple as that. You can't just give somebody an equation and have them, repeat that or regurgitate that and get the same results. It really doesn't work like that. There's so many nuances in selling and negotiating and closing deals, in communications in general, that it really becomes more of an art. And that's what I actually love about it. That's what drew me to it in the first place when I was very young, and I got into reading books and going to sales and business conferences and learning everything there is to the art of selling, the psychology of buyers, human behavior, all the things that drive business, and they're the underlying factors of our success in sales and in business. And that's what drew me to it in the first place. And for all those reasons, I do believe it's an art. It's not necessarily a science or math, although there are things that you can do to make it more duplicatable, make it more efficient, for sure. All that said, it really is an art, and you do need to master it. So here's the main reason why you need to master and pursue and continue to learn in this space of selling and persuasion. And the reason is, it's really high-level communication. What sales is, what closing deals is, what negotiations is, all these different things, all these different arts are really just being a high-level, effective communicator in life, period. So if you're a great salesperson, if you're a great closer, chances are, I would bet, because I've been in this space for over a decade and I've personally worked with 500 plus sales professionals and entrepreneurs, so I would know that you definitely are a closer and a winner in all areas of your life. And the reason for that is, if you know how to communicate effectively enough that you can pass an idea across to a prospect, to somebody else sitting across from you or on the other side of the phone from you or whatever it might be, if you can communicate that idea, pass that along, plant that seed in their mind, get them to see things from your perspective, acknowledge them, understand them, keep them in agreement, move the thing forward, move the deal forward, move the sales process forward, be able to get a conclusion out of that, a transaction out of that, be able to add value and solve their problems while you winning and you closing deals and you doing everything that you do, all at the same time, and building relationships and growing your network and everything that we do in sales and business. If you can do all that, you're a great communicator. You have a special talent. You have a special skill. And it's a skill because it can be developed over time, and you can get better and better and sharper at it. And again, back to the whole thing of it being really an art, it's really something that you can practice, you can learn, you can continue to get better at. And one of the things that Charlie Munger, one of my favorite mentors and one of the brightest individuals that we're lucky and privileged enough to have living amongst us still at the age of 97 years old, and I have his big blue book right there, Poor Charlie's Almanac, at the very top shelf. One of the things that he says is, you have to make a commitment to being a lifelong learner. And that's something that I've definitely thought about and, pondered on, and I've done my best to add that as a trait of my own, to add that as a layer to my character, something that I pride myself upon. That's why I'm constantly investing in books, constantly investing in mentors and courses and business seminars, getting alongside like-minded entrepreneurs and individuals that can make me better, that can help me grow as I'm doing that for other people as well. So back to being a lifelong learner, sales is the same thing. You're constantly learning and growing. But that being said, if you're already at a high level in sales, in that art of selling, negotiating, closing, persuasion in general, that means you're a high-level communicator. If you're a high-level communicator in life, I can guarantee you your relationships are going to be great. Your friendships are going to be great. You're going to have a great network of people around you because you can communicate at a high level, which means you can communicate your thoughts, your ideas, your vision, and others will actually receive it and understand you, which is part of being a great communicator. and you can get a response out of them, which means, that's essentially you could call the close or the transaction happening. But even in a conversation, you being able to communicate your side is only half the battle. That's one part of it. But being able to receive something back from that person, from the person in front of you, from the person you're communicating to, and moving that conversation forward, moving that dialogue forward, that's being a great high-level communicator. All that to say this: you want to master and truly pursue and learn and continue to learn the art of selling, negotiating, closing, the art of persuasion, because it's going to make you a high-level communicator in all areas of your life. And what that does for you is beyond explanation. It's not something I could explain even in a freaking 5-hour podcast here. It's something that you could only see the dividends of over time. You could only see the compound effect over time. And it's something that I can tell you in my own life, as I've grown, as I've matured, as I've developed and expanded my network, as I've coached and mentored hundreds and hundreds of salespeople and entrepreneurs. It's something that has paid off just more than money, more than anything else, more than all these results that we can measure. And it's something that really pays off for you in a much greater capacity. So it's something that I can tell you from personal experience, you definitely want to pursue and you definitely want to master. So at this point, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, I got it. I want to master the art of persuasion. I want to really learn. I want to grow in that area and in that space. I want to become a high-level communicator in all areas of my life. What do I do? Well, you just have to take the first step. The answer is very simple and very to the point, like I just said. You just have to take the first step. That's really all you have to do, because everything else follows. As the old Chinese proverb says, the journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first step. So you can't really sit there and think about the next 6 months, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. It's just not realistic. You want to know how to do this. You want to know how to master the art of persuasion. You just have to take the next step. Well, what's the next step for you? I mean, you're already here. You're already watching my videos. You can watch the rest of my videos. You can reach out to myself or the team. You can get trained on my sales training university platform. It's all around sales training, business, everything, entrepreneurship and business. That's one step. You can get books. You can get yourself educated. You can see I have a ton of books behind me, and I have more in the other room. I have more on Audible, and I love to educate myself constantly. You can get mentors. You can get around like-minded individuals. You can start to attend business conferences and seminars, whatever it might be, as long as it's directed around persuasion, around sales, around negotiating, around closing, around business, and around this art of becoming a high-level communicator. You can start to take the next step, and the next step will lead to another step and another step and another step. And I guarantee you that 3 to 5 steps from now, you probably couldn't even predict it, because it's just like compounding. It's not 1 + 1 + 1 + 1. That's not how it works. It compounds over time. So that compound effect also happens with your knowledge. That's the beauty of getting older. The downside is, of course, you lose all your physical health and all the great things about being young. But the upside and the advantage is the wisdom, is that your knowledge actually compounds. So you want to take the first step and start to accumulate these steps and let it compound for you over time. So anyways, that's all I got for you. I just wanted to tell you that you want to master the art of selling, of negotiating, of closing, the art of persuasion. And I hope that my reasoning here of becoming a high-level, effective, efficient communicator in your life was enough of a reason for you. I hope it was persuasive enough for you to actually want to take that next step and to pursue this lifelong journey of getting better and mastering the art of persuasion. And all that said, I hope you got a ton of value out of this. As always, make sure to smash that like button if you got value. Make sure to comment your thoughts below, or if you have questions for me or follow-ups, I'd love to answer those for you as well. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with more people that are in sales, more entrepreneurs. Let's spread the message, and more content coming to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on that note, I'll see you in the next video.